Hello and welcome to CBA News in Brief. My name is Ngugi. Somaliland's Minister of Labour and Social Affairs condemned the former Director General of her ministry for attending the inauguration ceremony of the President of Jubaland state of Somalia. This came after news broke that Mohamed Elmi Adan, aka Ilkase, the former Director General of the Ministry of Labour, had attended the inauguration ceremony of Ahmed Badobe in Kismayo. Minister Hinda Jamagani said the attendance of the former Somaliland government official was a national disgrace. She added that some officials' patriotism is conditional on them being in office. The minister remarked that this was not the first Somaliland government official to move to Somalia after leaving office. The former Director General has attracted the ire of Somaliland's social media users for attending the inauguration ceremony of Jubaland's president. Customs and police authorities in Somalia town on Tuesday seized and destroyed a container full of contraband alcohol. The consignment was found in a house at the heart of the town and was thought to be a warehouse. A similar seizure was made at the airport last year in the capital Mogadishu. Police Commander Abdullahi Hassan Malim confirmed the seizure of the contraband alcohol. He said they have arrested 3 suspects and will be arraigned in court in the coming days. Photos showed the consignment full of alcoholic drinks under the keen watch of the relevant authorities. The police have warned distributors and people engaged in this illegal business to stop their activities. The administration of the town, in collaboration with Galmudug police and security forces in Somalia town, destroyed all the bottles of the alcohol seized in the operation. Police and NISA, the intelligence agency officials in the town of Somalia, jointly carried out the operation. Somalia is a predominantly Muslim country with strict regulations on alcohol use. The country has a long coastal line, making it a crucial player in sea transport. Strict punishment is dealt with by those who disrespect the Islamic laws within the country. 25 personnel from Somalia National Army and the Child Protection Unit of the Ministry of Defense in Somalia are attending a training program on human rights and child protection for Somalia security forces. The training course intends to turn them into focal persons on human rights and child protection at their places of work. The 5-day training is organized by AMISOM with the support of the Romeo Dallaire Child Soldiers Initiatives and is aimed at enhancing compliance with international human rights law. At the opening, the Deputy Special Representative of the Chairperson of the African Union Commission for Somalia, Mr. Simon Mulongo, called for concerted efforts to stem the recruitment of child soldiers, especially by militant groups. Jihan Hassan, the Director General of Somalia's Ministry of Defense, reiterated the commitment of the Somalia government to stop recruitment of child soldiers. 25 personnel from the SNA and the Child Protection Unit of the Ministry of Defense are attending the course with the view of turning them into focal persons on human rights and child protection at their places of work. Somalia's Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Ahmed Issa Awad, received the Regional Director of International Organization for Migration Regional Office for the Eastern Horn of Africa, Mr. Mohamed Abdikadir, in Mogadishu, where they discussed ways to give support to Somali migrants. The two discussed a wide range of issues of common interest, including providing the necessary support to Somalia migrants in several African, Asian, and European countries where they face a difficult living situation in camps. The meeting also discussed supporting the Foreign Ministry's plan towards the Somalia diaspora to hold meetings, forums and seminars that promote sound awareness among the diaspora and citizens at home to curb migration and its risky adventure, as well as capacity building programs. Just recently, the International Organization for Migration assisted 143 Somali returnees stranded in Yemen to return home. A report by IOM shows that over half of all movements observed in the first 6 months of 2019 through flow monitoring in the Eastern Horn of Africa were motivated by economic reasons, and yet over 8 million people remain internally displaced. Kenya received a boost in its bid to secure the United Nations Security Council's non-permanent seat for the 2021-2022 term after Algeria vowed to back Kenya's candidacy. Outgoing Algerian ambassador to Kenya, Salah Francis El Hamdi, made the pledge on Monday when he visited Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta at State House in Nairobi. According to a statement by the Kenyan presidency, the outgoing Algerian ambassador said his country believes that Kenya is best placed to voice Africa's interest at the United Nations Security Council, given its record in regional and continental security and peacekeeping experience. President Kenyatta welcomed Algeria's support and commended the outgoing ambassador for the role he played in enhancing relations between Kenya and Algeria. Other than Algeria, Botswana already publicly announced that it will support Kenya's bid. Kenya has also lobbied Denmark and Portugal for their support and called on the rest of the United Nations member states to back its bid. In August, Kenya defeated Djibouti in the second round of voting at the African Union to become Africa's sole candidate for the race for a United Nations Security Council seat for 2021-2022. Previously, the African Union had reached the UNSC candidature decisions through consensus, but Kenya and Djibouti failed to agree on who should step down. The UNSC seats reserved for Africa are often available on a regional rotational basis, with the 2021 vacancy falling on Eastern Africa. Well, that's your CBA News in brief. More news is coming up with Adlai Hassan later tonight.